morning, 8:51. Plenty of bleary-eyed people this morning up and down the country having stayed up late to watch that amazing Masters conclusion. This is talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark at Buy a Car. John Arnold Clark rewards to enjoy access to great giveaways and everyday perks. I'm Jeff Stelling. McCoist is with me today. Manchester United beaten 4-1, of course, at Newcastle yesterday. Means they've confirmed their status as the worst United side in Premier League history, which I think Ruben Amorim actually said, didn't he, a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
It means they can't reach 58 points, which was their lowest ever tally in the Premier League. Now, all of this is in the shadow of André and Onana being dropped by Ruben Amorim after some high-profile mistakes. Amorim spoke about his decision after the match.
I understood that sometimes a player needs to be pushed and to put again to play, and sometimes I think the player needs to disconnect, and it was my choice. I left him at home because you understand that every time he goes to the bench, any situation of the game, the cameras would be on him, and he was not playing. He was on the bench, but feeling the pressure, feeling the moment. So for me, it was one thing or another. Or you play or you stay at home was my choice.
Well, it's ironic, isn't it, that Onana gets dropped. He's had a lot of criticism. Altay Bayindir comes in, and now it's his turn to cop the flack, if you like. Joining the show now, perfect man to have his say, the former Manchester United goalkeeper Ben Foster. Morning, Ben.
Good morning, Ben.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Morning.
Ben, other goalkeepers, particularly Onana, being made scapegoats at Manchester United, do you think?
No, I just think it is a really, really hard position to play. Goalkeeper for Manchester United. There's some massive boots to fill there. You know, you look over the years at some of the great goalkeepers they've had. I mean, I've tried myself, and I can promise you it's a very difficult position to fill. And I just feel that Onana, Bayindir, I think they are really struggling at this moment in time. I think Onana, it's been quite clear this season, he's made quite a few big mistakes. You know, the two that he made in Europe in the week were, they were horrible. And I think his confidence is shot. So I think the manager was probably right in doing what he did. But on the same side, I think he needs a good performance from Altay Bayindir, and he didn't get it yesterday, did he?
Ben, it's some balancing act that the coach and the manager's got to do. Give me your views on it, because I saw up here last Wednesday when Jack Butland, the manager, left Jack Butland out and they brought in young Kelly, who actually ended up saving a penalty for Rangers in the cup game against Athletic Club. I think sometimes, particularly with goalkeepers, obviously it's a specialised position. I think sometimes you give it, a manager or a coach will give it extra thought. You know, if somebody's out of form, you know, chances are a midfield player or forward, you get dropped. But with a goalkeeper, it can affect, I think in some cases, it can actually affect them getting left out to a greater degree. Is that a fair statement?
Totally agree. There's such a fine line with how you deal with it as well. I think if Bayindir would have had a good game yesterday, I think what Amorim would have said after the game would have been completely different. He would have bigged up Bayindir. He would have made out that he's looked like he's taken to it like a duck to water. He's full of confidence, and I think he would have insinuated that he would have probably been playing the game on Thursday next week. But as it went, I think what he's realised is that Bayindir is probably not up to the level too. So he needs to get back behind Onana. He needs to make out that taking him out of the firing line was just a tiny little blip, that we're just going to sort of gloss over this and full focus for Thursday. But I think that's just a bigger problem for Man United in general, is the fact that there was so much focus on this Thursday's game. It was almost that the Newcastle game, similar probably to Tottenham as well, with the result they had against Wolves, everybody was focusing on the Europa League game. And when you're a team like Man United and like Tottenham, you have to take every game as properly as you can and fully focus on getting the win and the 3 points and the good performance. And but that's where they are at the minute.
Well, it's a massive issue, isn't it, for them? You know, if the goalkeeper's confidence is shot away, how much chances are that a week away, you know, taking yourself away from it for a week, you can't restore confidence in a week, can you?
No, you can't. It's a horrible place to be, and I've been in it so many times throughout my career where you're struggling mentally, and the only thing you can think of is don't make a mistake, don't make a mistake. And it's the worst way to go into games. If you can go into games with big, confident positivity, knowing that you're going to help your team out, then you're on a great setting to start the game. But when you're thinking negatively and pessimistically, it's a really bad place to be. But I think Onana's been a little bit like that all season, really. I see some of the mistakes that he's made and some of the saves that he makes, and he seems to me like he's a little bit stressed when it comes to the big moments, when it's the big moment of making a save, whether it's a block or a parry. Instead of just being really sort of gentle and calm under pressure, he seems to be a little bit too stressed for me. So he's getting real blocky surfaces on things, and everything seems to be popping out into that 6-yard box, where you look at some of the top goalkeepers in the world, and straight away you think of the likes of Emi Martinez or Alisson or Thibaut Courtois. Them goalkeepers, when it comes to the real big moments, it's that calmness under pressure. It's about being focused but relaxed at the same time, and Onana just doesn't seem to be able to do that.
Ben, can we have any sympathy at all for him because of the, let's make no mistake about it, the lack of consistency in front of him in all areas?
Yeah, it's not a nice position to be in when there's chopping and changing going all over the team. And I've said it so many times before that I just think Manchester United are the hardest club to play for in world football. I really do. I think there's so much focus on them. There's so much negativity surrounding them, good, bad or different. Whether they win a game on Saturday afternoon, there's going to be stories flying about all over the place. And I just think it's a really specialised position, especially the goalkeeper position. So I do have some sympathy for him, but the only way that he can put all of these stories to bed is by performing on a Saturday afternoon and when the big moments come.
Another of your old clubs, Birmingham City, losing in the EFL Trophy final at the weekend. I mean, they'll be disappointed, but they'll get over that, won't they? It's been a great season for them.
Yeah, it's been a great season. They've not had too many days like yesterday this season. I actually went to the game once again with my wife. It was a great atmosphere. You know, the Blues fans were singing, Peterborough fans were singing. Fair play to Peterborough as well, to be fair. They defended so well. They made it really difficult for Birmingham. They just didn't have that cutting edge. But it was nice. Got to see a few of the old faces from the club when I was there in 2011 when we won the Carling Cup. It was back then. So, yeah, it was a good day out. And like I say, I don't think Birmingham will be too sad about losing that one.
Ben, brilliant. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thanks, Ben. All the best, mate.
Pleasure. Cheers, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
All the best.
Solly in Bristol says, morning, gents. Great of you to mention Bristol City on the show this morning. I thought they were also in contention. Yeah, 5th in the table in the Championship at the moment after that 1-1 draw at QPR. And we mentioned Billy Sharp being sent off. Mick from Doncaster said, I was at the game on Saturday. I had a great view of Billy headbutting the Wimbledon player in the back. Very stupid. So there you go. That's what happened. It was behind the back of the player. But Mick saw it, and so did the officials.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.